Welcome to Montreal, Quebec.
Montreal is the largest city in Quebec and the second largest city in Canada. It's located approximately 6 hours from Toronto and 2 hours from Ottawa on an island in the St. Lawrence River and is named after Mount Royal. The city is famous for the Old Town, Notre Dame Basilica, lively food scene, and beautiful historic neighborhoods.
In this video, we are going to be taking you around to show you some of the attractions. We thought that we were going to do this in one day, and you probably can visit all of these attractions if it's not pouring rain like we experienced on our first day. Anyways, let's go check out what we find.
We kicked off our visit in the Old Port area and parked at the Montreal Science Centre for the day. Parking is not cheap here. It was $35 for the day, but a great location. And there is a whole list of things you could do in just this area alone.
One of the things that you can do is ride this giant Ferris wheel. It's a great attraction to add to your itinerary. So the wheel is actually about $27.50 per adult to go up. I'm afraid of heights. Alan is claustrophobic, so we're not going, but if you're not, then definitely add this to your list because it would give you great views of the city and the water area, but we are not those people, so we're just going to admire it from below. You could do that too. And if it's nicer weather on your trip here, you can rent one of these paddle boats behind me and get out on the water to explore and see the sights from the water. I think that would be a really fun activity to just check out the city, see the sights from a different perspective, but alas, it is raining, so we're gonna continue on. We are walking down by the waterfront area. Here they have a yacht club, and just along the one side, they have a beach area that has a boardwalk and a ton of blue umbrellas and chairs that you can go and sit in. It looks closed today, probably because it's still early or maybe because of the weather. And now we are on our way to check out this clock tower. So the Clock Tower Beach would have really nice views of the water, but there's actually nowhere to go swimming here, so you're basically just sitting by the water at this beach. So the clock tower here is a tribute to the sailors in the War of 1914 to 1918, and it overlooks the river here and the city, so it's a beautiful location for photos, even in the rain.
You can also walk or jog along the Riverwalk area to admire the sights and check out the boats and ships going down the St. Lawrence. It's a nice level area and very accessible.
And you definitely have to come check out the pedestrian area in the old part of Montreal. There are shops, restaurant, bars, beautiful patios, and it would especially be nice on a much nicer, sunnier day. But even in the rain, it's beautiful to explore.
We enjoyed the fact that there were hardly any people around due to the rain, so we were able to take in the architecture and pretty elements in this area.
There are some really cute cafes in Montreal, especially in the Old Town, and we just went to one called Tommy Cafe. Super cute. We got really delicious pastries. I had a cappuccino, Alan got a double espresso. Seating was quite difficult. We actually went to 3 cafes before that one and could not get seats to save our lives, probably because it was pouring rain at the time. So we hunkered down there, waited to find seats, and then enjoyed it because it has been pretty cool, windy, and rainy, but that cafe was beautiful. Another thing you can do if you're in Montreal is come to the Notre Dame Basilica. It's right behind me, and as you can see, there is quite a line to get inside, and it's currently under construction.
Across from the basilica, there is also a beautiful square with a fountain and some benches to sit and take in the scenery. The basilica is so beautiful and ornate. The decor inside and design is absolutely stunning. The lighting is quite dim, so you may need a flash, but there's tons of people taking photos and videos inside. You can light candles for a donation and just tour around this beautiful church.
We just finished our visit here at Notre Dame, and it's $16 per person to get in for adults, so it is kind of steep for such a short visit, but inside it's very beautiful, very ornate, and there are lots of beautiful photo opportunities in there, and as you'll see when you go inside, pretty much everyone is taking photos and video. And another attraction that you can check out if you're in Montreal is the Montreal Science Center, which is right behind me. It would be a perfect activity to do today, but we have other plans, so we'll see you when we get there.
Our next attraction was a failed attempt, but we wanted to go to the St. Viateur Cafe for a light lunch. It was lined up out the door, so we decided to skip the wait, but next time I'm going to plan to arrive much earlier. Our next stop was the Ile-de-Garde Brewery, which wasn't too far away. We both got a flight to sample some of the different beers they make here, and since we didn't get lunch at the cafe, I got a delicious tzatziki bowl and Alan went for the mac and cheese. It was all delicious and a great atmosphere. Well, the rain did not let up, so we decided to just head back to the campground, and we're gonna give it another shot tomorrow to do a part 2 so that we can check out more of Montreal. And in the meantime, we're headed back to our campsite. We're probably gonna play some board games with our friends and then just call it a night. The sun came out today and it is looking like it's gonna be a beautiful day until later on when it's calling for a chance of rain and thunderstorms. But we are heading back into Montreal today because yesterday did not go as planned and we didn't get to do hardly anything that we planned to do because the weather was so bad. So, take 2. Another attraction you need to add to your list if you're in Montreal is Montreal. It is a beautiful lookout point. It is very popular, so you're gonna see that there is a massive crowd here right now. But if you park at the parking lot, you just have a short walk, so it's totally worth it, and parking isn't that expensive. At the top here, there are some absolutely beautiful views of the city below, but it is very popular here, so it's quite busy, which means you have to bring your patience so that you can wait for your turn to get up to the edge to get that preferred photo spot. But we did it, we loved it, and now we're gonna carry on. We went into the main building where they had some more information about Mount Royal. They also had a small gift shop with some postcards, hats, clothing, and other branded items. And if you wanted to get something to eat or drink, there was also a small cafe with seating, and there were free public washrooms in the basement.
A good thing to note if you're coming here is that this is actually fairly accessible because the trail to get up is a nice paved road, but cars can't drive on it. And so if you have a scooter, a wagon, a stroller, just have mobility issues in general, it's just a very easy incline to the top and super well paved. Of course, that's if you park at the top parking lot. If you want to do a full trail that's a little bit more strenuous, naturey, they've got a trail that goes from the bottom of the park all the way up to the top to the viewpoint. And we did that in 2018. And it is quite strenuous. There's lots of stairs and steep inclines. So if you want to do something like that instead, you can do that too.
And pro tip, whether you take the easy or the hard way, bring some water.
Definitely. And it looks like you can also take public transit all the way to the main parking lot area and then just walk from there. So you don't even need a car to come and see this attraction and skip doing the full walk.
Then our next must-do activity was to get bagels from another St. Viateur location. We were able to find street parking nearby, walked over, and waited in a short line. This is their original bagel shop location, founded in 1957. The shop is cash only, but they do have an ATM inside if you didn't bring cash with you.
Another thing you have to do if you're in Montreal is come to St. Viateur Bagel. We are here now and it was lined up out the door. The line moved pretty quickly and as you can see, they've got tons of bagels and we're looking forward to trying some.
When you get up to the front, make sure you know what you're ordering because they are all business and super fast at getting the orders ready. They have a sign hanging with the prices and all the flavors available.
The goods have been acquired, and for the price, it's well worth it.
The Montreal Botanical Gardens are another attraction you should add to your itinerary if you're visiting Montreal. They were founded in 1931 and have 20 thematic gardens, 10 exhibitions, and so much beautiful scenery to take a look at. And a tip for you, I would definitely recommend bringing some bottled water with you because it does get quite hot out in the open sun here. However, if you are looking for shade, they do have a shade garden, and the Indigenous garden we walked through was pretty shaded as well.
We spent about 2 hours wandering through the various gardens and they had some stunning photo spots. We even saw a wedding party taking their pictures by the waterfall and pond area. I would highly recommend adding this to your itinerary if you're in the city, especially if you're a fan of plants and birdwatching.
A few more tips for you if you're visiting here. Definitely make sure to bring sunscreen and a big hat if you're sensitive to sun and just want to stay a little bit shaded. And it also looks like you can bring your own food and have a picnic in the park here. People are doing it right behind me now. And they also have this little train that you can take, and it has a few stops around the park, but the tickets for that are extra. There's also a pirate theme obstacle course, and you can go ziplining right down at the waterfront here.
We made our way back down to the Old Port area to check it out in the nicer weather, and wow, it was super busy. The market area was a great spot to check out if you want to get souvenirs because there were many different vendors selling various items at different price points.
Compared to yesterday, it is total chaos here. So I would recommend not coming on a long weekend like we did, or actually to go out when it's raining because we had far less crowds to deal with and just got a little bit soaked instead.
Jacques-Cartier Place is a lovely historic area in the Old Town. There were lots of dining options here, including a cute little market stand in the middle. There were also some artists doing caricatures, and they even had some live musicians. Across the road is the City Hall and Square, with a beautiful fountain and lovely architecture to admire.
We just found a quiet spot to sit and scope out our next destination. We are getting hungry and we really wanted to try some Montreal smoked meat sandwiches, so we're looking for somewhere we can get that, but we're probably going to avoid the big popular spots like Schwartz's and Smoked Meat Pete's because it is such a busy weekend. But if you're coming here and looking to hit up one of the main popular places, go for it. I'm sure they have amazing food there. Just make sure you leave yourself a lot of time because those famous places fill up quickly and there's often lines. We just ate at Franklin's and I got a Montreal smoked meat sandwich and Alan got a Montreal smoked meat poutine and we shared. Both were delicious. It was a really cool little spot. I like that they had outdoor seating and would definitely recommend it.
And generally, Montreal is an amazing city for foodies, so check out some of the Google reviews and add some of the great restaurants to your itinerary while you're here to dine around the city.
I hope this video can be helpful for you if you're planning a trip to Montreal in the future. There was so much to see and do, we just couldn't get to it all, so I would recommend spending a few days here so that you can explore more of this beautiful city. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.